Welcome to Dead End Convos, the podcast where we will never agree. I'm your host, Mary Grace, and for a second episode in a row now, we have a returning guest. Perhaps co-host one could call him. Rob Kennedy. This week, guys, he came with a personality because I'm going to tell you what we found out. Or are we not exposing you?
What did we find out?
Why you had nothing last time. You were like that's a whole table.
I still have that, kind of.
Okay, well, I don't know why we're sitting in a fucking room together. He's diseased. We found out. Well, it sounds even worse.
Everybody has it.
Okay, he had COVID.
Everybody is going to get it again.
I'm probably definitely going to get
I got mine out of the way before winter. An early fall.
Life hack.
No problem.
So, it's not as interesting today as it was to me yesterday, but I went to the store, the grocery store, and you know when you're checking out?
By yourself? Like a self-checkout?
Yeah, no man came with me. It was just me. Yes, I wasn't self-checking out because I had a lot of fruits and vegetables, and I don't like self-checking out that shit because it's all the codes and stuff. And I don't like standing there like an idiot, you know, and they don't have the code on there. But anyways, the lady that was like bagging, I don't know, we say that word wrong in Michigan apparently. Everything.
Bagging.
All right. Like, you know, they'll like give you gum or something, like hand it to you. Like if you're getting gum, they'll be like, oh, do you want this out? And they'll hand it to you.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's just a...
Yeah, but no. She did it with nail polish.
Well, she must really think that's cool.
Which I felt like was really fucking weird. She goes, do you want this? I'm like, what? Like, I'm going to just, like, what do you mean?
Because it's a personal item. It doesn't go with all the other fruit, vegetables.
Just put it in a different bag then. I don't know. It was really weird. I'm like, you can just put it in a bag. Like, I'm not going to, like, gum makes sense because, like, you might eat it on your way home.
I think it's a non-topic.
It is a non-topic, but it was very fucking odd to me that she,
More of a topic would be
that.
A hot tattoo that somebody got that's burning their arm, and it's going to probably lose an arm at the elbow, I guess. We could tourniquet.
Well, I'm...
Hot meaning burning hot, not like, ooh la la, that's a hot tattoo. You know,
He wishes he got it. That's what's happening here.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's going to be fine. We're just getting it better.
Show it off.
No, it's going to get better.
What do you mean you're not going to show it off?
No, not till it's done being infected or whatever the
Why?
fuck is going on. It's fine. It'll be fine.
Maybe somebody will phone a friend and call in and say, boy, you better go get the...
I don't have insurance right now, so I can't. Don't phone me. Don't call me. Don't talk to me about it.
Okay, well, that's a non-topic then. Good.
Well, I was going to get to...
If she has no arm the next time, that's what happened. Dirty needles.
It wasn't dirty needles. It's honestly, I think I'm allergic to the ointment that I was using, that I was given to use. It is really red.
Yeah, it's a red-ass thing.
It's fine. I think it's getting better now.
Self-inflicted thing.
Yeah. Anyways, so I was going to talk about the fact that Nico stayed with you while I was in Los Angeles.
Yeah. It's kind of a non-event because he was really good.
Yeah. He's a great guy. That's what I was trying to tell you.
What happens when you come back?
He gets really depressed when he's with you because I feel like you make him...
He was not depressed.
Well, what you do to people and to him is you put everybody on edge. So he was like super nervous. And then like...
Wait a second. You're talking about a dog's personality who had a good time.
No, he didn't though.
You don't know what we did.
I do know because when I got him home, you were like, he doesn't eat, he doesn't blah, blah.
He doesn't eat.
I got him home. The guy acted like he'd been in prison. Like I just fucking picked him up from like 6 months served.
It was a
and in the dog's life, that probably is about 6 months served.
It was a boot camp of sorts.
And I gave him
because he's terrible. And he became better when he was here with me. He didn't really bite me at all. I played with him about 3 times.
Stockholm syndrome.
In the yard. Yeah.
3 times for like 4 days.
Well, no, he got to go out and roam the grounds and go the fence, you know, the security walks he does around the edge.
He's trying to get out of this prison.
He couldn't find a way out. And we played with, you know, the ball when we kicked the ball and threw the ball or whatever. He did that 3 or 4 times. But let's see. Did he ever go in the front yard? Maybe once. He went to get the mail one time, but he's a horrible dog on a leash. He's like a drag the person around instead of...
Not if you can control him better.
I can't. I was just watching him and waiting for you to get back, and it was actually 4 days. Was it 4 or 5? 4. A night. It was
I dropped him off Thursday, so
daycare,
Friday,
night
Saturday,
daycare.
Sunday, Monday, 4 days.
Yeah, he was fine. I didn't have a problem with him. He only beat Pip up once. Did that one thing where he beats up the other.
Well, he just wants someone to like be fucking cool, and nobody is.
Right.
And Pippin doesn't want to ever do anything fun. He just wants to like.
Pippin just was waiting for somebody to leave their half a food bowl, and he'll just chow down.
Yeah, but anyways, when I got Nico home, he ate 2 full bowls of food, like licked it clean, and then he went up to my bed, which is a floor up from the main level, like without, like he does not do this, and went to bed.
It's not because what
he
I
slept for hours.
It's not what I did to him. It's the fact that you baby him so much that he felt lost without you. Nobody can take care of that problem.
Well, that's because he is a little baby.
Yeah, he's a little bitch baby asshole. He is. He's a little crybaby.
You jealous?
No, I'm glad you have him take him back to your house and baby him up.
Love him.
He did fine.
Love that guy.
He slept all night. He went outside. He came back in.
He always sleeps all night.
He never escaped. He never got mudded. That's it.
That's when he goes into the swamp.
Yep.
Well, in the meantime, there was something that I had here. Oh, when I dropped him off, I cried.
Oh, good.
The whole way home. I almost didn't go on the trip. So, we got to California. I'd had some drinks in the morning. It was great. Starting it off on a vacation, you would understand because you don't like alcohol. Started off on a vacation level. Got there, was like, oh, this is great. Left in the time frame, Ubered from the home that I was staying at. Makes it sound like I was at some weird home. But anyways, to the tattoo location.
Yeah, now you're getting the stutters.
I probably am because honestly, there's something going on.
Tattoo and Tourette.
I don't think people that won't be a hit.
No,
so anyways,
but it
I don't find that funny.
Are you proclaiming that yourself?
I don't find that funny. I find that very unwoke.
Oh, no.
So I left, like with Uber, it's like you're going to get there X amount of time, blah, blah, blah. But I should know better because I've lived in fucking California. I got into the Uber and the time just kept ticking up and up and up and up, which was giving me anxiety because I didn't know how easy or difficult it would be to find the place because I've never been, even in this location.
Where was it?
I don't know.
I
put it into Uber.
What town were you going to?
I don't know. I just put it in.
You weren't on the beach?
No, it wasn't on the beach. So then I had to email because I didn't have the lady's phone number. I just had to email her, and I'm like, I'm going to be like 5 minutes late. But I left so that I would be there 15 minutes early, and that's how fucking dumb LA traffic is. Because it just kept ticking up and up, which I should know better. But I didn't. So anyways, whatever. It was fine. It wasn't that big of a deal. I was like 5 minutes late. And then I got there. We talked through what we were doing. Whatever. It's fine.
Okay. I know it's a whatever. It's fine.
I know, but I'm trying to get past the point that really is irrelevant. So then we go upstairs. And
this is where the tattoo happens?
Yes. It's not. I'm not even. The story isn't even about the tattoo. It's about this other girl that was there. This girl who so many people are like obsessed to the point of it being a religion with astrology. You know?
I've seen them.
Yeah, you know what astrology is?
I've seen the people.
I'm wearing my mother's sign right now, Aquarius.
I've seen.
But I don't believe in it in like a religious aspect. I believe in it like as far as it makes a little bit of sense that you'd be like influenced based off of like the gravitational pull and the stars and the moon and blah, blah, blah. It makes sense because it like influences so much of the planet. You know what I'm saying? You're super into astrology, so honestly,
I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, so this girl, I'm kind of giving a preface.
God dang it! I know there's a girl up there. Tell me what happened.
I'm trying. Fuck.
You're not doing a good job of it.
Oh my god. So this, I literally am summing this story up so fast.
Turn your arm over. You have a red thing, a star of. Oh. Is there another thing up there?
Yeah, that's a heart that my mom drew.
Oh,
dick!
I thought it was the red star of Russia.
I hope to God to find out it's not a heart that you drew though, because it was in a card. But I don't think so because you didn't even sign the cards. Anyways, I could tell it was mom's handwriting. The whole thing, even your name was mom's handwriting. But anyways,
oh my God, that's horrible. I'll have to write my own next time.
So we get upstairs. Whatever. My girl's fine. She's Ukrainian. Told me about the war. That was a whole nother thing. But anyways, that was later. So we were sitting there, and this other girl who's doing a tattoo on this guy that came in, I don't know. I felt like he was just putting up with her for a little bit, but then like he was into it, so maybe he wasn't. He came in, and I don't know how it started. I don't know what happened, but somehow they found out they were the same sign. I don't fucking know which.
Isn't that random?
Super. So I don't know.
How many of them are there? 12? No. Is it monthly or is it?
Well, it like cuts in half of months,
So
but I think there still might be 12. I don't fucking know. Someone will be upset about it. But anyways, so she figured out they were the same sign, and then she was like, "Oh my god!" And she was like, "You know what the."
Is that the dog?
She goes,
sign?
"You know what the worst sign?" Oh my fucking god.
Dogs. It's our early podcasts. Early on, you'll hear about dogs. They're still here. Keep going.
I know, but I don't like them barking in the background.
No shit.
It's annoying.
Yeah, don't cut it out.
I might have to. Where are we at? Oh, we're not very far at all. All right, so this girl goes, "Do you know who?" to this guy, like yelling out into this.
Do you know who else has this sign?
No, she said, "Do you know who the worst sign in the whole like astrological signs are?" And then he's like, "No." And then she was like, "Virgos. That's what I am." And I was laying there like, "You fucking bitch."
Yeah.
I don't even care that much, but also like, fuck off. Like, you don't even know who's here. And I'm like a very strong, wonderful personality that would take you down in a second. So she.
Yeah, but you would have proved your point by.
I know, that was the problem. That's why I kept my fucking mouth shut. You don't think I thought that through? I was gonna say something, but also I didn't want to get involved. So it got funnier and funnier as it went along, because this girl was like trying to like anybody who's super into this try to like act like they're almost like mediums, like they can like read things. And she was like, for people like us, I don't know what the fuck their sign was. She's like, a Virgo, like they wreck our lives and blah, 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 and going on and on.
That would have been a perfect time to ruin her life.
No, so she ruined herself. Right?
No, if you would have knocked one of her teeth out right
I know,
then.
but listen, she ruined herself.
You lost your opportunity.
She ruined herself. So then the guy is going on about how he's getting married in 6 weeks and da 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 da. And she's like, "Oh my god, like when's your wife? I bet your wife is a whatever sign." And he's like, "I don't think so." And she's like, "When's her birthday?"
Virgo.
And she goes, "Oh yeah, she's a Virgo."
Oh shit.
And then she turned to, because she was like, "Well, my ex was a Virgo, so that's why I'm like really, harsh on them." And she was like, "But the thing about Virgos is that they can bring out some really great like traits." And like it was like watching a fake psychic. That's what it was like watching, because she was saying so much shit. Like she talked shit for like, I can't even tell you how long. Like my head was. I'm granted. I was.
That's a good podcast. That is a GoPro podcast where then you choke out the person who said that, and then.
No, I'm not interested in killing her over
No, not killing them. They just pass out for a little while.
No, it went. I'm not that attached to my sign. I just thought it was kind of hilarious.
Sounded a little bit like you were a little upset about it.
Well, it was just kind of a weird thing to say, but I just couldn't believe how long she went on about how terrible Virgos are, and then happenstance, his wife is a Virgo. Then she was saying how
he's not married yet, though. He probably isn't getting married to her anymore.
No, he probably is. So then she went on about all that, and then like everything he would say, she was just annoying the fuck out of me, and I was getting hungover because I had stopped drinking abruptly, and my head was hurting, and I was having something smash a needle into my arm, and she was just so fucking annoying. And everything he would say, she would be like, "Right on, yep, right on, yep, right on," and I'm like, oh my god, everything he said, right on though, yep. And then he was talking about how he does some sort of like, I don't know, interior design of some shit. And she was like, "Okay, so I have a question for you." Which, like, why the fuck would he give you this answer? Like, he's paying to get a tattoo from you. He owes you nothing. And she was like, "I want to do like a..." She's just like everything I can't stand in a person. Because she's so confident too, which made me feel kind of bad for her, because I feel like she was nice, but she was just so fucking annoying. She was like, "So I want to do like a DIY recessed wall in my house." And she's like, "How would you suggest going about that?" And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, this guy like actually does this. Like, he doesn't do DIY recessed walls. Like, get some styrofoam and fucking spray paint it. Like, what do you want him to fucking tell you? You can't do a DIY recessed wall, So he was like, and he was Australian. She was super into that. Of course, had things to say about that. It was the most obnoxious conversation. And she just like, how do you ask somebody that? Like, how do you, in all seriousness, look at somebody
it's like
who has
getting
a
a
career
haircut.
and a profession? Like, this guy was like,
because it's just
no, but this guy was like very accomplished. I was like hearing the things he was saying. He was like, he was really like humble, but she kept like he wouldn't have said shit, but she was like talking about writing and this and that. She was jumping all over the place. And this guy, like, he was like everything she wanted to be.
That's because it's casual conversation.
But listen, he had like published books. He's working on like the screenplay that got picked up. Like everything that she wanted to have done, like he's actually doing it. So she's just like all talk, but nothing real. And then she wants at the end, I started laughing because she's like, I want to know how to make a DIY recessed wall. And I'm like, just look, like, this guy can't fucking tell you to do that. It was hilarious to me. So, and then at the end she said, so do you know, like, because all of the astrology stuff is charts and it's all about like your time frames of birth and all that shit. And so she was like, do you know what time you were born at? And he was like, no, I asked my mom and she just said you were born. Isn't that good enough? Which I thought was funny. Because obviously somebody else has asked him this. And so then she goes, well, I don't know, but I just feel like there's a lot of water signs in your chart. And then it just felt dumb because we have no way of proving if she's correct or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just got to leave it at, like, she gets it. She thinks that he has a lot of water. She senses a lot of water signs. And I'm like, but there's no proof. And now you get to just walk away thinking you're right. That's
what all the people do.
No. Most people, like, can fucking prove shit. She was annoying me. Anyways, also, like, while having a needle jammed in my arm, she wasn't the greatest.
So you need earplugs next time?
I don't know. My girl was very quiet in the beginning, and then towards the end, we got really into the Ukrainian war because she fled the country, and I was like, whoa. And I feel like it might be why I'm so red, because she was like going in with that needle, which I get it. I don't blame her. It was a big deal, and it sucks. Like, I didn't even know. What do you even say? Because it's not like, oh, it's nothing normal. You know what I mean? When somebody's talking to you, like, and they tell you something normal, like, I mean, anything, like, oh, I can't think of something that's normal. but like, what do you say when somebody's talking about their family, like, currently having to flee cities because of being bombed? Like, what are you even supposed to say? You know what I mean? I can't be like, yeah, I've gone through that same. There's nothing, you can't be like, hope it gets better, because, like, it's not going to. Like, what are you even supposed to say? You know what I mean? What would you say?
I would say, let's go back and fight them.
No, I wasn't. Well, but see, I'm a follow
Snipe
through, and
them.
I'm not going there. She left because she doesn't want to fucking do this shit anymore.
Well, good thing she got out, because it's hard to get out of there.
Yeah, her whole family's there still.
Mm.
No, it's pretty bad.
I know. I've watched it.
She just kept going, fuck the Russians, fuck them. And I'm like, yeah, fuck them. And I don't know what else to say, because my family is not involved in that. So, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's more stories, but do you have a story to throw in the middle between? I'm done with the tattoo story now. Do you have more stories to throw in before I go to the next day?
No, I don't. I probably did, but you talked so long.
Well, I was telling you a story that was interesting.
All right, well, we'll judge that one. You have to, like a box, judge that story, because it was a long story.
It was an obnoxious story. I won't even tell that one because you've made me feel that it's obnoxious. So I'm not going to tell the next one.
What?
I'm not going to tell it. You've already heard it. That's the problem too. You've heard most of these, so you're going to like not have good responses because you already don't have good responses even when you hear something for the first time. The comedy show, I can go into that.
I don't know anything about it.
That's why I can go into this one.
Well, what is it? You just can tell me all the shit you did?
Well, I mean, I didn't do anything else. What else am I going to do?
Well, I have commonality in something.
Then what is it?
I don't know.
All right, so we went to the comedy show.
Ooh, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember. So then there was this lady there who I know there's comics that will pick on the audience.
Yeah.
Generally hecklers, though. This lady's whole bit, she was horrible. I was like, I wanted to go punch her in the fucking head. I hated her. Don't know who she is. hated her. She got on stage and nobody was saying shit to her. Nobody was heckling her. Her whole bit was literally going along the line of people. And it wasn't even funny, though. Like, it wasn't even, like, being funny. She would point at them and be like, are you guys dating? Brothers? Sisters? What are you? What are you? And then she's like, are you gay? And then the guy's like, what? And the girl was like, he might be. And then the guy was like, and then she's like, are you gay? And he's like, I don't know. Look, what is going on? And so then she's like, oh my God. And then she kept like going around. It was the weirdest. Like, it felt inappropriate. Like, it wasn't funny. Nobody was laughing. I really like hated her by the end. She was making fun of people's like accents, but like not funny. Like, it wasn't funny. And she had like one bit. The rest of it was going in on the audience. I was going to sneak my way up there and fucking like.
No, you weren't.
No, I really was. Because I wanted her to say something to me because I had so many good comebacks, which is, I was thinking, one of the things I was thinking was how she was dressed was ridiculous. And it was something that I was going to say if she said anything to me because she was like, looked horrendous. So I was going to say something, but the comic that came up after her, he got to just like fucking, like he got to win the audience because of her. He came out and he said, did she have a toilet paper oh my God, I can't talk. Maybe I couldn't have done it. A toilet paper roll wrapped around her as a shirt. Because that's what it's like this really. And she was like a bigger, not even like big, but she was older. So she had like rolls and stuff. Like just wear a looser shirt. It was like skin tight and she had skin tight leggings on. Like she just like, and he goes, if she wears that to work, I'd hate to see what she like wears lounging around. And then so he got to go around. He's like, so let me get this straight. You might be gay. And like he got to just like get everybody one back. Easy. And then Bobby Lee, who I am not a fan of. You know him?
No.
You know Bobby Lee.
I don't know Bobby Lee.
You've seen Bobby Lee in an interview somewhere. You just don't know it. He's on like every podcast.
The only comedians I know is your Kathleen Madigan. I know the Wong lady. What's her name?
Ali Wong.
Ali Wong. She's pretty hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, she's funny. She's got a funny face.
She's like very sexual.
Yeah, but she's funny. And then the normal ones. The old people.
Right, the normal ones.
The old people.
I love Theo Von, and he is friends with Theo Von.
Theo Von?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, it's a stage name, but he's friends with Bobby Lee. So I saw Bobby Lee sneak behind one of the boys that was in the group that I was with this time. I'm going to do this instead of saying names. You know who it is. It was, there's like... anyways, and I know that he's a fan of him, but I saw him, he like snuck behind me, went behind his chair and he was like, excuse me. And then he like, he was like, oh yeah, and he put his chair in and I'm like, he didn't even know that was Bobby Lee, which I don't really care about Bobby Lee that much. But anyways, it gave me hope that Theo would be there, but Theo was not there. It was Bobby. But Bobby did the best side I've ever seen him do. But it was because of that lady. I swear to God, she made anybody look good. Like, I literally could have gone up and people have been like, you are fucking good. Because she was... she just sucked. She was mean. Mm-hmm. Mean. And I even understand. She goes, she was trying to like make fun of men, but I felt like it made fun of herself a lot more. That's why I don't know why anybody didn't say anything back to her. She goes, my vagina's been sleeping with an alcoholic for a year. But I don't know. I don't even know how she was trying to turn it into anything. But I was like, yeah. Nobody else would sleep with you. He probably got sober. Like, just stop, you dumb bitch. I hated her. So anyways, then after that, we went to the TikTok bar, Saddle Ranch, which I thought...
Saddle Ranch?
Yeah. So we walked out of the comedy show, me and the group I was with. That's how I'm not mentioning names. And I saw Saddle Ranch, which I thought was hilarious because I've always seen like YouTubers and TikTokers talk about how like douchey and like whatever this bar is. And I'm like, well, we have to go to That's our friend Heidi calling us. I have to decline her because it's going to be playing over this. Actually, I don't know if it'll play through this. We'll see. Anyway, so we went over to Saddle Ranch. I thought it was hilarious. We were in line. But there really wasn't like that many people in there. So I'm like, all right, well, let's just go in. One of the males we were with.
I don't understand when there is a line and then you're like, let's not stand in line today. Let's just go in. It makes no sense.
It's called being a girl.
If there's a line.
It's called being a girl.
So you walked right around.
Yes.
They waved you in.
One of them.
Oh, it's Mary Grace. Come on in.
No, I just don't give a fuck. I'm a different person in LA. Like I
don't care. How'd you get in then?
Just walk in. I don't give a fuck.
Oh.
I don't care. In Michigan, I'll wait my turn. In LA, get out of my fucking way because everybody. I'm like, you're not better than me. So I walked in. One of the males in our group did not come with us because he was like, oh, there's a line, and I'm like, it's fine. So we went to the bar without him. We got drinks. This is hard to tell without saying names. We got drinks. The one girl was not drinking her drink. She got it for the other male who did not come with us. We went to...
Why don't you use a fake name? This is a dumb way to say it.
All right, Tim.
Tim? This happened to Tim?
This happened to Tim. It's really sad,
God.
actually. So, yeah, Tim wasn't with us. So the drink was for Tim, but we took the drink.
Did you watch the whole time?
Yeah, from the bar. Yeah, we were standing at the bar. I had watched them be made.
Okay.
And it was by a girl that was like my age. And like, honestly, the best compliment somebody my age can give me is she looked at my ID and she said, holy shit, we're the same age. And I was like, what? She was like, you look so much younger than me. And I was like, stop it. That was too kind. But anyways, I digress. So she gave us the drinks. We went to a table because it's like, get the drinks, go sit at a table. It's not like a waiting staff. Oh, and... the girl ordered...
Well, what the hell are the people waiting in line for if there's no way?
I don't know. I have no fucking clue. Didn't wait to find out. Didn't care. So we went... the girl ordered wings as well. And they were like, we'll bring them to your table when they're done. So we went and sat at a table. Then Tim joined us.
Well, how'd Tim finally break through the line?
Well, the problem is, I don't know where Tim was in this time frame, which was probably... 5 minutes. It was not a long time, maybe 3 minutes. It was not like a long interaction. It did not take a lot of time. I don't know where Tim went in this time frame. So then we were sitting there at this just like high top table, nothing crazy. I, as an LA socialite, a Michigan loser, but LA socialite, I feel like that makes sense though, actually, went to go make friends as I do. So I was like talking to
as you do,
only in LA, not here.
Right. I know here you're afraid of just about every lane and aisle there is.
Yeah, well, ugh. So I was like talking to all these people. So the reason it's called Saddle Ranch is there's a mechanical bull.
Did you ride it?
No, fuck no. I would never, but I encouraged everyone else to. And so these people had paid and signed a waiver, and they came up to me like, hey, have you, because we were near where like the operating thing
Maybe it was the line for that.
No, because it was going the other way. Trust me, I was involved in this whole scenario. So this girl came up to me and she was like, have you seen like the operator? And I'm like, no, I mean, it was over here a while ago. And then this short like Asian kid who I found out was the cousin of this other girl. But he came up to me and he was like, I think I can figure this out. And I was like, do it. And like, there's a line, people are waiting. And he was like, so he looked behind and he goes, I found the power switch. I go, turn it on. It's time. And so then he was like, okay. And he's like, do you really think I can? I'm like, yeah. I was like, you're probably going to be better than anybody else because you're going to be scared. So you're going to be like careful anyway. So like, it's fine. Plus it's like the thing's surrounded by like a bounce house. Like it's not like they have it set up. Obviously it's for drunk people. Like it's not for you to die. Like it's for fun. So I'm like, you can do this. No problem. So then the other girl that was talking to me came up. She's like, that's my cousin. Like he can't do this. And I'm like, I think he can. I'm pretty sure he can. So then there was a line of people lined up and there's like guys, girls, all these people. So then this Asian kid, I said, look guys, here's the deal. He does not work here. He's never done this before, but he is willing to do it. And this one guy, this like tall, like 6 foot guy looks him up and down. He goes, I trust him. And I was like, yeah, exactly. So then this kid starts asking for waivers. The kid that does not work there, the Asian kid, was looking at waivers. He's like, okay, yep. Like making sure that they had signed a waiver. He doesn't even fucking work there. Like he could kill someone and it doesn't even matter. And so he was looking at everybody's waivers and everybody was pulling them out and showing them to him. And I'm like, this is crazy. And then his cousin was like, we're going to get kicked out. And I go, who cares? And she goes, I guess that's kind of true. Anyways, word got back to the people, so a real person came. But it would have been great. I was really pushing for this guy to do that. I ended up in a group hug with him and 3 other people at one point. I was having the time of my fucking life. So then at the end, I had one half of a drink there because I had already been drinking a lot. So I was like, you know me, I'm not a drunk.
A boozer, I call it.
No, I just knew that I wasn't like drinking at that place. So I hardly had any of my drink. I went to go pay the tab because it was on my tab. I went up to the bar. There was no more drinks ordered, nothing. It was the 2 original drinks and wings. So I went up to the bar, paid it, came back, and Tim starts fucking screaming at me. Like, couldn't understand a word. I was walking through it, which I'm used to Tim fighting with me. But I'm like walking. We haven't talked. This is what I'm saying. Like, I haven't even been around Tim. So, like, there's no reason for him to even at all be upset with me. And he's like, guys, no, stand there. And I'm like, what the fuck's your problem? Like, I was pissed. I'm like, I was like, you can't have a problem with me right now because I haven't even spoken to you. And then he goes, I can't hear you. And I was like, you need to lose your fucking weirdness. So I walked over because it was a little loud in there. And so I started talking like into his ear to try to make things less aggressive. And I was like, I think that we're having a misunderstanding because I've not even been here. Like, there's no way you can be mad at me. And then he goes, what? I can't hear you. And I was like, Tim, you need to fucking chill. So screaming. I'm like, I don't know what to do with you right now. So I'm like, I kept going, I'm going to take 2 more drinks of my drink and then we're fucking leaving. Then he starts screaming and then I put my drink down and then I pick it back up and I'm like, I'm going to have 2. I did it happen like 3 times. Never took a drink of it, which we find out may have been for the best or like still not sure if that was where this happened. But we get out into the road, still screaming. I'm like, you need to chill, bro. He leans onto like a lamp pole thing or whatever the fuck it's called. Like, yeah, lamp pole.
Light pole.
Light street pole. Pole in the street with a light. And then he just kept saying, I feel so weird. I just feel so confused. And I'm like, all right, I don't like. And then I was looking at his eyes and I'm like, did you take drugs? And he goes, nope. Which made me feel like he took drugs. Because I was like, did you take drugs? And then he said, nope. And I'm like, all right. So then he's like, and starts walking away. And then the girl said, babe, just give him a beat. Which I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's not, like literally, I think he's not okay. He went around a caboose that's right there, like a caboose restaurant. Small caboose, but big enough that he went behind it. He fell while he was back there, we found out, because there was, it's not funny. There was a cut like on his hand and somewhere else, like a scraping, not like somebody stabbed him. So then he came around the caboose and I'm watching and a Jeep is turning in, almost collides with him. And I was like, holy shit. Like the Jeep didn't see him. He didn't see Jeep. Okay. That's like not that crazy. Then he starts stepping into traffic, coming back, stepping in. I'm like, holy shit. Like something's actually not right. So we went up. I'm like, Tim, sit the fuck down. Sat Tim down. And he just like went limp, just put his head down into his hands, limp ass noodle. We got an Uber, got him into the Uber. And then on the way back, his head was just like that, like just limp. Everything was limp, like limp as fuck, like couldn't move. He would randomly jump in on conversation, which I found a little weird because I thought he was actually dead. And then we got back to the house. I had to like shove him up the stairs. And then we finally got him into a bed, which I took the wallet from his back pocket and threw it onto the countertop because it was like, it's just weird. So anyways, there's more details in between, but I'm not going to share them. But anyways, that was funny when I went out to ask if he wanted Taco Bell because I was door dashing Taco Bell. And so I went out and I'm like had to literally like shove and shake. And then he'd go, And I was like, I'm getting Taco Bell. And he goes, And I go, do you want Taco Bell? And he goes, And then I was like, all right, do you want? And I was like, guessing food. And he's like, So I'm like, all right, I guess that's what he wants. I don't know. So I was like, do you want me to come back out and get you? And he's like, So then I came back out, had to shake him awake again. Literally just his limbs weren't working. Absolutely not working. Couldn't get out of bed. And then he kept saying, I pie. I was like, let's go. He goes, I pie. I was like, it's not pie, it's Taco Bell. And then he said, I pie. And I said, I don't have a fucking pie. I have Taco Bell. And he said, I'm trying. And that was the last I was going to let Tim yell at me that night. So I'm like, good night, loser. And I left. No, actually, I checked on him about every 4 minutes. Because reading, obviously, if everyone hasn't guessed, there was a roofie placed in a drink at some point here. We don't know who it was for. I think, and I mean, it's just my working theory that makes it's still not funny. It'll never be funny, but makes it funny is that I was also roofied, but that I am just so used to sedating myself to go to sleep that it only made me social.
Maybe somebody stuck something on his back or his hair or his neck. Like a patch when he's standing in line and he wasn't supposed to be.
No, I still...
like Mission Impossible. Where
I don't watch that stuff.
And they stick a thing on
What'd you just do?
Yeah.
Fucking weirdo.
That's what I mean.
No, I think that I personally, which nobody wanted to believe in the group of people we were with, was that it happened at the comedy club. The time frames do not make sense. We got the wings within 10 minutes of being there. And Tim does not remember the wings coming, and Tim ate a lot of the wings. And Tim was not that drunk. I mean, we were about drink to drink. Like, there's just no fucking way that he's so drunk.
Maybe Tim met somebody in line and took a sniff or a whiff of something, and he doesn't remember.
Why do you have this whole, like, patch and sniffing thing? I think it was just like a good old roofie, tasteless, put into a drink.
I think we need to interrogate him on the podcast.
No, I think
under a bag, of course.
The next day, everyone disguised the voice to a girl's voice.
In a garbage bag.
It'd be like, hello, I'm
and we could waterboard him on camera too.
Why?
Because he needs to fess up.
It's not something about confessing.
I don't know.
You're an asshole, dude. This is why people don't tell you things.
I remember a time that Tim was at work was at work drinking with the Slurpee full of alcohol.
No, he is shady. I don't know what happened. I genuinely, the more that I have thought about it, because when I read it takes 30 minutes to hit your system, it does not add up that it happened.
What does it do? Does it paralyze you like that?
Everything. That's what I was reading. I was like, symptoms of roofies. Once we got back.
Well, is it a roofie a certain thing? Or is it all sorts of different?
No, it's Rufalin.
Oh, so it's a certain...
Rufalin, probably. Okay. That makes most sense. No, it's a medication. It's actually, I told you this, it is prescribed in some countries as a sleeping pill. But it's not here because of like the you can't move. It paralyzes your limbs. It like does all the shit to you. You forget everything, amnesia, paralysis, like everything. He was having everything.
But wouldn't you want to go back and watch things very closely after that happens? Like,
look, the next day, even that night, I kept picking up the stick that was at the fireplace that had a nice little like U shape on it, like nice little. And I kept picking it up, and I was making the female we were with very nervous. I don't want to use any names. I was making that person very nervous because I was drunk, and I was being a little too close showing what I would do. And she was like, and like backing off because I was like, I find him a whap, 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 and I had it in my hand. But I wanted to go find the person. The next day I kept saying like, we're going back tonight and I'm gonna fucking find the person, and they're dead. Well, no, they're alive.
It might not be a person. It might be a
you think it's a robot
group. No, a group of people.
It's a thing. That's the other part that I've said was bothering me, is that everybody's like, oh well, like Tim's fine, and I'm like, I understand that, but people don't understand that this is like done in masses. Like, he wasn't on a date with somebody who did this to him. That's different. That's like an aimed thing. This is like, they did it to a bunch of drinks, and like they were looking for the person who didn't have people with them that went behind the caboose, and like nobody was there to find them.
Yeah, but you're telling me they got onto the tray of drinks because you guys didn't leave your table.
At the comedy club.
Yeah. How'd they get on the tray of your drinks? The bartenders.
So the girl that we were with.
The who?
The girl that we were with did not drink her second comedy store drink. I drank about a quarter of mine, and Tim drank the whole motherfucking thing.
I'm saying bartender to waiters to somebody's in the group that.
Well, I'm saying it could have been in all of it, and I'm saying maybe the three, given what we drank of the last final drink at the comedy show.
I'm talking about how did it get in there, and it goes from bartenders to waiters.
I mean, I don't know. It could be anybody.
It
could literally be any person.
It's like somebody stealing your credit card at a random little restaurant, shit, where they swipe it twice or three times or take your numbers.
Well, kind of, except the one is like upsetting and a crime, but like the other one's like your life.
Oh, no, I know. I'm talking about the personnel involved in doing something. It's got to be behind the scenes.
Well, yeah, obviously.
I mean, the bartenders are on cameras with the cash drawers and all this shit. They don't let them.
Let's put it this way. Especially after seeing how something like that's set up, it would not be that hard. They literally, and they're just handing drinks to these people because it's a 2-drink minimum. That's how they make their money at the clubs, at these comedy clubs. So they're just like trays, like this big, full of drinks, like, and they're just passing them off. It's not like anybody's like, what did he just do? Like, you wouldn't fucking know. No. If that was somebody's prerogative, I'm saying, you wouldn't know.
I don't like it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it makes more sense logically that it would have happened at Saddle Ranch, but the time frame to me does not add up that it happened at Saddle Ranch.
Right.
But it seems very odd to me that it would have happened at the comedy club. That doesn't really make sense, but the time frames just are so odd to me. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, he did say he had a great sleep. So I guess there's that.
He did look glassy-eyed in that one picture you sent.
No, that was just hilarious because we were all laughing when I took that because it was
Was it the morning?
No, I think it was like the windows were open in the car and it was a really bad picture and he said retake it. I said no, this is hilarious, so I sent it. But no, it was just a very odd experience. I've never in my life, and it's odd because I mean I've gone to college, high school, all this shit, hung out with like tons of different girls and groups, and I've never ever, I know of people who have been, but I have never personally been involved in a group that has had this happen in my life. And neither had the girl that we were with. And the odds of it happening to him, it was West Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And he did wear a real dapper shirt. He said he's never wearing it again. And then I told my cousin, he's not your cousin, the next night I said, you're putting that fucking shirt on and we're going to that club. You're the decoy tonight. He was all about it.
with his porn star mustache? Did he still have his little mustache?
I mean, it was nothing like remarkable like that.
No, it's like a 70s mustache.
I don't know. Whatever. It was fucking weird. But, yeah, it was an odd experience. This is what we were like just moving along. How the fuck did that just get there?
I don't know.
Gross. No, kill it.
No, you don't kill it. It's a stink bug. It'll stink.
We'll put it in that bottle then. Why? What did you just do? All right. Anyways, fuck. What am I trying to say? Oh, it was odd to me the next day because we just like continued on with life. And in my brain, like, what's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
And we're all just like, that was funny. It wasn't funny to me. Especially because I know that probably something really bad happened to one of, if not more than one person the night before. There's no way he was singled out. There's just no way. He didn't talk to anybody. He wasn't doing it. No,
he did too. He came in without you guys and he was wearing a cute shirt.
I really don't know where he went. Yeah. Also, this story is for Taylor because Taylor will find the story funny, I feel like. I don't know if anybody else will. I already told you the story. But the girl and I were going to the bathroom. This is the only other time that Tim was left alone. The girl and I were going to the bathroom together, and she had on like a crocheted shirt. I don't know why. I just feel like this is a Taylor story. And she got caught. She was walking, and got caught on this guy's like button on his shirt. It just like snagged. And then the girl that was with this guy goes, "Oh my God, Justin, that is so inappropriate." And then I was trying to undo the button, and I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, Justin?" And the guy was so uncomfortable. So maybe he came at us. Maybe it was him.
You went after him when you were gone?
No, I don't think so. But it was a really funny situation until it wasn't. And then it became really unfunny.
It sounds unfunny.
Watching somebody have like actual paralysis and be unable to move is very odd.
That is.
Yeah, but you've never... I told him he has to get one of those things that was on Shark Tank. They're scrunchies.
The what?
They're scrunchies. Like, I mean, they're primarily made for women because this is generally happens to women. They're scrunchies. And you don't remember seeing that on Shark Tank? And you, like, unfold it and it goes on top of your drink.
Oh, no.
Like, if you leave your drink or, like, if you're not near your drink or if you're not watching it, you're supposed to, like, take the scrunchie and put it on. So I was like, I'm going to get you a scrunchie for Christmas. But yeah, it's actually not funny at all. It was really crazy because not only, like I'm saying, did something probably bad happen to somebody else. I don't know if it's even scarier, but as scary is like if he were there alone and was leaving and nothing, even nobody knew, whatever, he would have never gotten home ever in a billion fucking years. He would have been hit by a car. He wouldn't have made it home.
Well, you saved him then. That's your yearly. You got all the way till the end of the year. And then next year it's a new person.
I don't know anything about what that means. It's probably going to be myself if this thing continues on its route. Yeah, so that was pretty much California.
Mm-hmm. Did you go in the water?
No.
Did Sean?
No.
You guys don't go in the water? Why not?
What do you mean? He's never liked water.
I know you guys are. I always go. I have to.
Yeah, no, we didn't go in the water.
Did you go to the beach, down to the bars?
We just drank down there.
Mm-hmm.
We brought Jack in his weird van with the opposite side steering wheel, which I'm confused how that's legal.
Because it got imported from somewhere, probably Ukraine. I think it is somewhere like Eastern Bloc.
You don't even know what kind of car it is, so it's hard for you.
I
to
don't
say
know what
like
it is,
what
but Drew told me he was trying to get a van from somewhere.
Why'd you act like you had no idea when I told you?
Because it's been months since I heard about it, and I don't know what it looks like. Is it small?
I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to explain this thing to you. It looked like something that definitely a drug dealer would drive. And every time I got into it, the seats were positioned differently. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing in here? Because he'd be gone. I told you I slept in Uncle Drew and Aunt Deb's bed. And then he came home late. And then I told him I was going to come out and be like, if you're going to live in this fucking house, you're going to respect these rules. He's like, that's literally what my mom would say. And I was like, I know, because it's disrespectful. Showing back up at fucking 4 a.m. with the seats all crooked in your van. What's going on? What the fuck's going on? I don't know. And then his accent, I can't understand him. He was talking about drones. Did I already tell you that?
Drones? That's not hard to understand.
No, the way he said it was insane. He said he was the lead drummer. And I'm like, drummer? And I thought he was in a drum circle. He went into the mountains. He told us he went to the mountains and was with the lead drummer. And I'm like, the lead drummer. And he thought that I was also saying what he was saying. Like, this is how bad this word was. And I was sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck what are you on? Like, who goes into the mountains in a circle? I'm like, you are the most hippie ass. I was like going off on this tangent and he was like, yeah, I guess. And I'm like, he goes, it gets some really cool shots. And I was like, what the fuck? We were having this conversation. I'm like, did you say drummer? A drummer? And he was like, no, drone. A drone. I'm like, a drone. Are you saying a drone? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, all right, well, nothing I said made any sense then. Because I was like, what the fuck are you doing with your life? And the seats are all over the place whenever you get in that fucking car. Every seat can go in every direction. It's very odd.
Is it a military color or white?
I mean, I don't feel like those are my only two options
Is it
here.
olive?
It was brownish, I believe. Also, maybe not. Could have been white. I don't know, but it was fine. It was.
So now they have another vehicle hanging around. Because they have all the other ones still.
You think this is interesting?
I don't know.
They have a whole lot of vehicles.
Whole lot of vehicles.
How cool.
None of this is that interesting, is it?
I feel like some of the stories I had were pretty interesting. More interesting than usual. Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay. I don't have anything again. I had COVID. I may still have COVID.
Oh, great.
I'm trying to get rid of COVID. That's all. I haven't been doing anything.
I had one more story. This fucking girl.
The one with the tattoos?
No, this is a different girl. This girl was outside in all of the... Actually, I think it was when we were going to the comedy club. She had this giant white fluffy dog, like huge. I don't know what its breed was, but I'm like, I really like this dog. And I'm like, oh, like, can I pet your dog? Which I can't believe I'm one of those people. But she was like, yeah, that's fine. So I was like petting her dog, and I'm like, I love your dog, blah, blah, blah. And she was like a fucking bitch. She was super skinny. She was like as big as like this thing right here. And she was like, yeah. I just can't believe people like this exist. She goes, he was $14,000. And I was like, I didn't even know what to say to that. I don't know what I did say to that. Isn't that such a fucking weird thing to say?
I mean, I don't. Yeah, but I mean, people.
I didn't ask. I wasn't like, how much is your dog? I just said, oh, your dog's really cute. She goes, yeah. He was $14,000. And I was like, well, it's not everybody else's fault you're ugly. Like, you don't have to spend that kind of money on a dog. You can relax. Fucking dumb bitch. Also, the dog would never protect you towards anything. It was like a giant Nico. I'm like, that dog will do nothing for you. You should have invested in, I don't know, a security dog because she weighs fucking 4 pounds. Spend the money to get something real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dumb bitch.
Or 2 for 1.
I don't even know what that means.
Trade 14 and get a couple 7s.
Or like, just don't tell people, because especially when they don't ask how much your dog costs, because you're wearing your insecurity on your outside now, on your skinny little flanks. Everyone can see how much you hate yourself. It made me very irritated, and I wished I was famous in that moment so I could be like, everyone's gonna hear about how fucking much you suck, but I'm not.
And we don't know who it is.
She was just super skinny with a big white dog. It made her dog less cute.
Oh, I think she's very popular.
She probably is. That's the problem. She probably is some stupid TikToker or something. Fuck her. So anyways, yeah, that's all I have. I feel like I brought a lot to the table today.
You did. I'm still recovering, so I'm not going to.
So you thought of 0 topics. You got a whole ass week.
I feel like I had topics, and then I came in here and they all vanished.
That seems to be your theme.
Okay.
All right. Well, there we have it. What a fun cast. What a fun podcast.
Oh, so fun.
I mean, I think it was pretty good.
It was very good.
Okay.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.